Hello, I'm going to say it's short and it will be short. Not setting the colours yet, I'm trying to go for, again, phone doesn't do this right, but this is like a dark blue, these are like a ruby red, and it's like a neon colour there. I'm trying to go for neon lights because I'm wanting to go for the whole cyberpunk kind of Blade Runner neon signs kind of thing. Still got my little Blade Runner gif on there. Card's still working great at the moment, so no complaints there. But what I got round to finally was putting on a centre panel. It's a long time in coming. You might notice it's also a Blade Runner. And it's a live wallpaper thing. You'll see things move around on there. I haven't set on how this part should actually look and what it should have. The reason why I've gone for something like this rather than some of these other fancy ones is the fact that I'm old. My eyes cannot read some of that writing that they people have on their panels, and I don't even think some youngsters can even read some of them panels because they just cram way too much stuff on it. And unless the computer's sat right beside you and you've got young eyes, there's no way you can read some of them things that people put on their panels. Especially, I mean, this is an 8-inch one, so never mind the smaller ones. I think some people just put it on there more so for looks than anything else. But I actually want this so I can see it from where I'm sat. So this is the reason why my layout is like this. But yeah, the thing I'm probably more so happy about is the fact that it's actually a Blade Runner Live wallpaper that runs on it as well, which is pretty cool to go with the little GIF on the card. So I might change this at some point, but at the moment, from what I'm into and from what I've seen, everything else is all kind of anime, or the actual movement on the live wallpaper is not particularly good. It's just things that move up and down, where this one's actually got something that flies around and things that change in the background. And that it's actually one of the better ones I've seen, so it's quite cool. So yeah, normal center panel. Things change in the PC, displays it on here. But obviously you can pick hundreds of different things, but I just picked the ones which have some use or some things that I want to keep an eye on as such. So from where I'm sat, this is all good, and this is my FPS thing on the top there as well. I always just cap my FPS at 120. Back in the old days when I was doing first person shooters online and stuff like that where frames mattered, I would probably run it uncapped, but now, because most of my games are just like first single player stuff, really story based and things like that, no point going over 120. So yeah, and that's it. Finally got around to doing it. So I'm trying to match it in with the kind of neon sign colours and stuff at the moment. So I could do more if I had the Lian Li Infinity ones. You could definitely do a lot more customization with the colours and stuff like that, which would be really nice. But the problem is the static pressure with their fans is not particularly great. Even the reverse fans on the Phanteks D30, even their reverse ones, which you always lose static pressure on, are almost as good as the Lian Li Infinity forward ones. But the Lian Li reverse, which is what I would want on here as well, that they're quite poor for static pressure. I think they're just barely over 2. Whereas I think these reverse ones are about 2.5, and I think the forward ones I have on there and on the top are 3 point something with the Phanteks, and I think they're like about 2.6 or 2.7 with the Lian Li. So the Lian Li ones look nicer, but they won't be given the same kind of performance unless I speed them up a bit. So I'm not too sure. Anyway, so that's just how the panel thing's looking anyway. Yep. Right, bye.